Hey guy, Ash. I hate to say this, but this episode has some audio issues. I have no idea what went wrong. I actually re-recorded it to get rid of some issues and just got something else. And this episode is already delayed like 2 to 3 weeks from what I planned, so I really don't want to delay it anymore. So even though I hate giving you something with shoddy sound, I just wanted to get this out there. So I hope you still enjoy the video despite this, and I will do my very best to make sure it gets better from here on out. So sorry about this, but enjoy the video. God damn it! How could Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows actually be good? Oh, it's stupid as all hell and it panders like crazy to 1987 nostalgics, but it's just so wild and so fun. It's just so Turtles. I was so looking forward to making fun of a Michael Bay-produced sequel to a standardized, normalized action movie with a thin Turtles-colored layer of paint, but then they actually go and improve it. Now what the hell am I gonna talk about? The first movie is great, people love the goofy second one, everybody and their mom has already made fun of the third one, Turtles Forever requires working knowledge of 2 multi-season animated series, and the 2014 movie is old news now. Oh, it's hopeless. There's nothing left. Hello guys and welcome to Fiction Addiction. Say, remember Turtles 4? Alright, let me explain. After the awful third movie bombed completely, nobody touched the Turtles movie franchise for the next 14 years. Then, in 2007, an animation studio called Imagi Studios created TMNT, meant as a loose sequel to the original trilogy. It was the first time the Turtles were done entirely in CG, and it tried to reintroduce the more serious tone from the second movie and the original comic books in an effort to really get the franchise back on track. So, did they succeed? The movie begins with the narrator telling us the legend of an ancient warrior and his companions that opened a portal to another world in an attempt to achieve great mystical power.
He became immortal, but at a price. His brotherhood was turned to stone. And upon the portal's opening, 13 monsters were released into our world.
What? Stone Generals, Ancient Power, 13 monsters? I mean, what is this? Jackie Chan Adventure Season 6?
One more thing.
No, not one more season. You had your run. Come on, back to the cancel pile. Off you go, chop chop. The movie then does a time skip to a while after the third film. Turns out Leonardo has been in South America for over a year in order to train to become a better leader, leaving the rest of the Turtles family forced to keep a low profile and live their life another way. Michelangelo has become a birthday clown dressed as himself? What? And Donatello is doing tech support.
No, I'm not playing hard to get. I'm telling you, sir, it's not that kind of phone line.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
Finally, Raphael, who is not happy with the situation, continues to do vigilante work as a character called the Night Watcher, who is making quite a splash on the news.
Oh, now I can't say for sure, but he was definitely an alien.
I think it's a disgrace taking the law into your own hands like that. Leave it to the police!
Okay, I don't want to be that guy, but that is not the face of someone who's excited about something they saw in the news. I wonder what he's really watching. Next up on Animal Planet, the Turtle Mating Hour.
Up next,
I remember how they used to feel.
So, as you can probably guess, relations are getting a little bit strained at the lair.
Well, I know that your rogue attitude has always been a source of contention to this team. You think fear is the best way to accomplish things, but you're wrong.
Your behavior is forcing me to point out blatantly obvious character dynamics through obnoxiously expository dialogue rather than actual on-screen interaction.
You can't just have your characters announce how they feel. That makes me feel angry.
Oh, and just to make sure we don't have to actually wait for it, Splinter, played by none other than Mako, shows up to tell us the moral of the story right away.
Each of your brothers has strengths and weaknesses. You must learn to be strong when they are weak. If you don't learn to recognize this, then all hope is lost for our family.
Togetherness, friendship, brotherhood, teamwork. That's the one we usually do, right? Is that good? Can I watch my soaps now? Meanwhile, Lara Croft and April O'Neil and Casey Jones deliver a priceless stone statue to a billionaire named Mr. Winters.
I believe this is the one they call General Aquila.
It's actually Aguila, but that was a good try. These statues may appear to be only stone, but they're like family to me. I didn't choose them. Friends you can choose, but never your family.
That's kind of a weird thing to say. It would be super creepy if you were actually some kind of, I don't know, immortal warrior that wanted to make it come to life or something. Okay, anyway, bye! Okay, look, I realize I'm ragging super hot on this. To be honest, most of the stuff I'm making fun of isn't really bad, it's just really stock. Stars aligning, monsters, ancient prophecies, teamwork, morals. It's just all very been there, done that. It just kind of feels like the writers have pushed all the morals and revelations into the beginning of the movie because even they realized it wasn't that good. And it really doesn't help that they've given away the villain's motivations and backstory before the movie began. I mean, they've killed all build-up with this. Why would you do that? And again, just to make sure that everyone understands that he's the antagonist, we then see him converse with the Foot Clan, led by Karai, who is not really introduced, by the way. She's just kind of there now. While out on patrol as the Night Watcher, Raph comes across Casey, who instantly recognizes him.
How'd you know it was me? Wasn't that hard, man. You know, you look like a big metal turtle.
Yeah, well, you look like the skinny bitch that all the other versions of Casey Jones ate to become so big.
Casey Jones.
Oh, he's a teenager! That doesn't count! In a refreshing change from their usual bickering, the two have a little heart-to-heart about how much it bothers Raph that Leo left. Which, of course, Leo takes as a sign that now is the perfect time to come back to the lair, where he will surely be welcomed home with open arms.
Hey, Leo's back. Better go say hello before he leaves again.
Ugh, I'm sensing a little bit of resentment there, but, you know, I'm sure he'll get over it.
He won't, though. Get it? I'm a drama lad.
Yes, I get it! On their first patrol back together, the turtles come across the Foot Clan fighting some kind of big monster. They try to intervene, only for a bunch of resurrected stone generals to appear, give them a sound beating, defeat the monster, and take it back with them. I wonder what they want that thing for. Boy, it sure is a good thing nobody spoiled this for me at the beginning of the movie. Back at the lair, the turtles are less than happy about that fiasco. And Splinter isn't exactly thrilled either.
We interrupt the Gilmore Girls for this special news report.
Monsters loose in the city? Strange reports are coming in tonight about a construction site incident that sounds like something out of science fiction.
Boys!
Displeased at their lack of teamwork, Splinter forbids the lot of them from going to the surface, which leaves the Foot and the Stone Generals plenty of time to capture the various monsters around the city. Naturally, Raph doesn't care and still goes out as the Night Watcher along with Casey. When they encounter a bat-like monster, they chase after it, only to meet and get their asses kicked by the Stone Generals, resulting in Raphael getting sedated. Casey manages to take him home to April's apartment, and she immediately calls the rest of the turtles so they can all figure out what's going on.
Would it help things if I told you that those statues you collected for that Winters guy were shooting these things at me and Raph?
The legend of Yautl. It can't be. They say 3,000 years ago, some great warrior actually found a portal to another dimension.
Seriously? They're going to tell that whole story again? What, did they think we fucking forgot?
What if this warrior just kept living forever? He would spend the rest of his days in regret, spending all of his riches and all of his power to find a way to revive his stone generals.
Oh, so Winters is actually an immortal warrior with an agenda. Wow, what an interesting development. I sure am glad nobody fucking spoiled it! No, seriously, I don't get it. Why did you have the opening narration if you were gonna have this scene? Now it's lost all impact. And the worst thing is, it's super easy to fix. All they have to do is take the opening narration, put it here instead, and have April read it. Boom! Fucking fixed! Why is that so hard? Ugh. So anyway, once Raphael wakes up, he finally vents some of his frustrations at Leonardo.
So where do we find this guy and his stone jokers?
We're not going anywhere until we get Splinter's blessing.
You're gonna stand here and quote a rulebook to me that you ain't been following for a year?
Look, Raph, if you got something you want to get off your shell, now's the time. But I'm not gonna stand here and debate Splinter's direct orders with you.
Fine then. I quit.
So basically, Winters wants to gather the 13 monsters and toss them back when the portal opens in order to reverse the curse. Aquila, however, disagrees with this plan.
But if the curse is broken, we will no longer be immortal.
Brother, do not question my command.
At the same time, the Turtles, thinking Winters wants to unleash an army of monsters, figure they have to stop him, all within the next 24 hours. Same old, same old. Back out as the Nightcrawler, Raphael comes across one of the monsters in a small restaurant kitchen.
Oh, look at you, ain't you cute? You want a butt kick, little fella? Yes, you do. You do. Come on. I'm gonna drop kick you to hurt you down. Come on, little guy.
Well, don't mind if I
I am scratching the hell out of you! Hey, this thing ain't lost, bro! Get off of Come on!
So after that hilarious fight, Raph chases the monster but is stopped by Leonardo, who doesn't know that he's the Night Watcher. He chases Raph across the city until they end up on a rooftop, where Leonardo begins to preach.
So I'm gonna give you one chance to just walk away and stop this vigilante nonsense.
Why? Yeah, for some reason, almost everyone, especially Leo, has been really against this Night Watcher character. But why? He does nothing they didn't do when they were a team, and it's no different from what Casey does now. It's probably supposed to be about him being too violent, but we never see him do anything worse than the Turtles ever did. It really just comes across as Leo being hypocritical and calling dibs on New York superhero duty like some kind of spoiled child. Anyway, in the ensuing fight, Leo manages to knock Raphael's helmet off and is shocked to see who it is.
Raph? What?
You know, his brother, who is one of 3 other people on the entire planet with his body type, who is right now dressed as a giant metal turtle, who Casey Jones recognized immediately.
Wasn't that hard, man. You know, you look like a big metal turtle.
Raph? What?
So, with the 2 of them up there on the roof, it's time for them to finally let out all their anger.
You are so smug! You know that? You think the world revolves around you, don't you? That we couldn't possibly survive without the mighty and powerful Leonardo to guide us through our problems, huh? Well, I got a newsflash for you. We got along just fine without you.
Hey, I was training to be a better leader for you. Why do you hate me for that?
And whoever said I wanted to be led? I'm better off calling my own shots now. Get used to it.
You aren't ready. You're impatient and hot-tempered, and more importantly, I'm better than you.
Oh no, you... Oh, you little son of a bitch! And so, with all their frustration coming to a boil, the 2 fight. And for all the fun I make of this drama, it is easily the best part of the movie. A conflict that has been building up under the surface for the whole movie, culminating in an epic yet tragic rooftop battle in the rain, brother against brother. This is excellent stuff, you guys. I mean, hell, I'd say the whole movie is worth watching just for this scene alone. As the fight escalates, Raph knocks Leo to the ground and, realizing how violent and irrational he is being, runs away in disgust at himself. And naturally, that's when the Stone Generals show up.
Not human, but clearly not the final monster.
Jotun won't know the difference. By the time our brother discovers this turtle is not the 13th monster, it will already be too late.
Hearing Leonardo scream, Raphael runs to his aid but is too late and returns heartbroken to the lair to confess his mistake.
I know why you chose him now. I know that there's a reason why he's the better son, and I'm not.
Raphael, you always bear the world's problems on your shoulders. It is an admirable quality when you are a protector of others. But you must realize that while at times you may not be my favorite student, it does not mean that you are my least favorite son.
Aw, that is so sweet! Listen guys, this is real fatherly love right here. This is wonderful.
They took him.
Leonardo.
No, the other 5 to 6 foot tall bipedal sword-wielding turtle. Who the hell else?
Where's my thinking? I want it!
Alright, you listen here, you little smartass! So naturally, the whole crew then suits up and moves out to rescue Leo, storming Winter's mansion in an awesome long shot that really shows all of our characters at their absolute fighting peak. Once they make it inside, they finally confront Winters.
Winters.
Looks more like fall, get it?
That's a fake laugh. It's real!
We know what you're up to, Winters. We know about the portal, and we think that it's time you sent all these monsters home.
That's what this is about, Miss O'Neill. Penance. I must return all 13 beasts, or our curse will continue. And that is a torment I can no longer bear.
Wow, so Winters actually had sympathetic motivations all along? What a great twist! Man, I sure am glad nobody spoiled this for me right at the beginning of the goddamn— Oh, screw it, you know the rest. So Aguila reveals the Stone General's betrayal. Karai, feeling that the Foot Clan still works for Winters, sets out along with Casey and April to fight the 13th monster. This leaves the Turtles battling the Generals, as Winters and Splinter keep the monsters at bay at the portal.
I still got it!
Within what must be, like, minutes, Casey and April lure the 13th monster back to the mansion using the turtle van, managing to trick it into running into the Stone Generals and tossing them all into the portal, winning the battle for good.
Nice parallel parking. Next time, I'm driving.
Wow, a female driver's joke. That's class act, guys. Way to wrap up the climax. So cool. Say, got any other jokes older than the whole development team you'd like to share?
Check, please.
You guys, I was just kidding. You don't actually need to.
She's behind me, isn't she?
No!
I'm too old for this shit.
Stop it! Anyway, Winters gets to finally die in peace, and Karai ominously foreshadows Shredder's return in the sequel. So now the team is back together, stronger than ever, and Raphael puts away the Night Watcher costume, finally moving on from his resentment towards Leonardo.
We live together, we train together, we fight together, we stand for good together. We are ninjas. We strike hard, defend, protect, and fade into the night. And there ain't no bad guy or monster gonna ever change that. That's what's important. And that's why we'll always be brothers.
Oh, I love being a turtle.
Unfortunately, the movie never got a sequel, and about 2 years later, after releasing an otherwise alright Astro Boy movie, Imagi Studios went out of business. And it's a real shame, because I see some very real potential here. The movie was gorgeous for its time, and it honestly still looks pretty damn good today with great character models for the turtles themselves, and it's full of wonderful action sequences. On top of that, the characters and their interactions are totally on point, with Leo and Raph's conflict stealing the show. Yeah, it's something that gets done a lot in the franchise, but it's done really well here, developing them both as individuals, teammates, and brothers. Although all that great stuff aside, the real problem with this movie is that even without revealing half the plot at the beginning, the plot that is there just isn't very good at all. Winters and Aguila are obviously meant to be a counterpart to Leo and Raph, but the movie never really does anything with it, and none of them get to show off that much personality. Plus, the monsters come off as little more than an afterthought, serving as an excuse to kidnap Leonardo, and it's hard to see why they couldn't have found a different reason for that to happen. Still, I'd definitely say that TMNT is worth watching, and I'd love to see more animated Turtles movies in general myself. Just, please, can we have one movie that focuses on Michelangelo and Donatello? I mean, just one? I get that Raph and Leo write themselves, but guys, there are 4 turtles. Fucking use them! Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time. Hey there guys, and thanks a bunch for watching my TMNT video. There's a lot more like it on my channel, so click one of the links on the side to watch, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitch, and Twitter, all of which have links in the description. Thanks again, and I will see you guys next time.